What's up guys, today in this video I will be giving my 2026 World Cup predictions. Obviously the World Cup starts tomorrow with Mexico versus South Africa as the opening match, and I'm very excited for it, so I'm just here to share my thoughts, opinions, favorites, dark horses, and everything. Let's start with the group stage. Group A. One of the hosts, Mexico, South Korea, South Africa, and Czech. Okay, this group, I'm gonna think about this, because these are all, I feel like all these teams match perfectly. Like, one is not better than the other. All these teams are good. Opening match day, Mexico wins. Mexico beats South Africa. So, I'm having Mexico first. And Korea second. Yeah, South Korea second. And I think South Africa, I don't think South Africa will make it, honestly. I don't know. But I will put Czech Republic third and South Africa fourth. Feels harsh, but I think it has to be done. Okay, then you have Group B. Obviously, people have to say is the group of life. But I think Switzerland is obviously, I think, the favorite in this group, in the group of life. Switzerland, Canada, Bosnia, and Qatar last, obviously. They did pretty bad at the last World Cup, even though they hosted. I think they were the first World Cup host to ever lose the opening match, but it is what it is. Alright, Group C, Brazil, Morocco, Scotland, and Haiti. It's a pretty straightforward group, honestly. Brazil, Morocco, Scotland, Haiti. Could switch one or two depending on how the first game plays out. First game is Brazil versus Morocco, but I think Brazil has what it takes to top this group, not gonna lie. And this could be interchangeable as well. No. I think this could be interchangeable as well, second or third. Who knows? Scotland has been playing well with Scott McTominay, and not gonna lie, it's like the only player I know, but but yeah, they've been playing well. And Haiti, I don't know. Who knows? They might secure that fourth place slot, but I'm gonna be realistic with my opinions and what I think. I think Brazil's gonna top the group. Morocco's gonna finish second, and Scotland's gonna finish third. Group D. USA, Paraguay, Australia, and Turkey. Okay, there's a lot of hype for the USA going into this tournament. But I don't think they're gonna top their group. I don't think so. So I don't know. I'm thinking Turkey is gonna top the group, maybe comfortably. I don't know. The Paraguay, they have Julio Enciso, Miguel Almiron. I mean, they're not playing well, but I think the South American football is and might top the USA. I think the United States will finish third. I think they will be in one of the top 8 best third place teams. Group E. Germany, Ecuador, Ivory Coast, and Curacao. Okay, here is where people might call me crazy. I think Ecuador is gonna top this group. Germany is not in good shape. I don't know. They scraped a win against the USA last week. Game ended 2-1. So I don't know. I think Germany will still go through second, and I think the Ivory Coast will finish third, and Curacao, their tournament will end here. Group F: Netherlands, Japan, Tunisia, and Sweden. I don't know. Netherlands is not in great form either. Recently lost to Algeria. Japan is in amazing form. Obviously in friendlies they beat England 1-0, beat Brazil 3-2, and yeah, Japan or Netherlands, one of these two. But I feel like because Netherlands has World Cup heritage, I think Netherlands will top the group. But Japan can really fight and I think they really will contest that first place. And I think Sweden will finish third. Group G: Belgium, Iran, Egypt, and New Zealand. Okay, Belgium topping the group. I think that's suitable. I think Egypt will go second. I don't know. Who knows? Tim Payne. Obviously, they go Tim Payne third, and Iran will finish fourth. Okay, Group H. It says here's the strong group. Spain, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia, and Cape Verde. Okay, Spain, Uruguay, Saudi Arabia. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward group, I'm not gonna lie. Group I: France, Senegal, Norway, and Iraq. France, Norway, Senegal, Iraq. I think that's how it's gonna go. France, honestly, I'll go more in depth onto the teams in the knockouts, but I think that this is how it's gonna pan out. Group J: Argentina, Austria, Algeria, and Jordan. Okay, I think Argentina's gonna top. Algeria is gonna go second. Austria is gonna finish third, and Jordan is gonna finish fourth. It's not crazy. It's pretty realistic if you ask me. Okay, now Group K: Portugal, Colombia, Uzbekistan, and Congo. I don't know this one. Okay, I think Portugal's gonna top. Colombia will definitely fight for that first place, but I think Portugal could win on goal difference. Uzbekistan, this could go either way. I think that Congo can have the upper hand and make it as the third place team. Group L: England, Croatia, Panama, and Ghana. I think I'm gonna go England, Croatia, Ghana, Panama. I think that's how it go. This is how the groups pan out. I don't know. I don't think this much surprises. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you would have done differently. Let's go to the third place finishers. As I said, yeah, USA will go through, Scotland will go through, Saudi Arabia, Senegal, Sweden, Ghana. I think they have what it takes to go through. They do, and Ivory Coast, and one more. And I'm gonna have to go and check. Moving on to the round of 32. Okay. South Korea versus Canada. I think South Korea will go through. They have more quality, more technique. I think maybe. Ecuador, Scotland. Ecuador's defense is like elite. In South American qualifiers, they only conceded 6 goals, but they also only scored like 14. I'm predicting a 1-0 win for Ecuador or a 0-0 tie, and it goes to penalties and Ecuador goes through. Yeah. Netherlands, Morocco. Huh. This is weird. Morocco, semi-finalists of the previous World Cup. Netherlands has not been in great form, so I would not be surprised to see them go in this round. I think Morocco will go through. They're hungry. They're hungry. They want to win it all. Brazil versus Japan. Obviously, Japan beat them in a friendly 3-2, but again, it was a friendly. Brazil was playing their B team. I think Brazil will beat them. France versus USA. See, if it was any other opponent, not any other, but I feel like the USA could have gone further, but unfortunately they had to touch France, which is very unfortunate for the USA, but France is going through. Germany, Norway. You know, Norway is also really hungry. They really want to prove themselves. Their players, they want to prove that they can do. It's like their first World Cup, and like I don't know if it's first World Cup ever or in a while, but it's definitely been a while. I think Norway will win this. Erling Haaland, Odegaard, and obviously Germany has so much quality, like so much more quality than Norway. I just don't think that they're cut out to like go through. I just don't think so. I just don't think they will. Mexico, Saudi Arabia. This is the game in the last World Cup, honestly. I think Mexico will go through. They have a good team. Saudi Arabia, I really don't know much about them, so I can't really say much. England versus Senegal, pretty straightforward. Maybe not, actually. I know Thomas Tuchel, he's not playing an attacking game with England anymore. Like, they're not playing them. Like, they're not as aggressive as they were last World Cup, you know? I don't know. I don't know. This one is pretty hard to call. Like, Senegal has some amazing players as well. I think it's one of the strongest African teams, I think, behind Morocco. I think Senegal will pull off the upset. Turkey, Sweden. You see, this is a good one. This would be a fun match to watch, I'm not gonna lie. But I'll give the edge to Turkey. I think Turkey will go through. Belgium, Czech Republic. I think Belgium wins that pretty comfortably. Colombia, Croatia. This is a really good matchup, especially in the round of 32. Croatia has that quality, but Colombia is, yeah, I think Colombia is a pretty good dark horse, I'm not gonna lie. Colombia, Norway, those are dark horses that are gonna surprise people at this World Cup. I think Colombia beats Croatia and puts an end to Luka Modric's last World Cup. Spain, Algeria, not much of a debate. I think Spain wins. Spain is one of the favorites to win it all. Spain, France. Switzerland, Ivory Coast. I don't think they have what it takes to beat Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast has amazing players as well. So I think Ivory Coast will pull this off. Argentina, Uruguay, South American round. We've seen this many times before. Uruguay, like they play well, but Argentina is just better. So, and Argentina wants to defend their title as champions. So Lionel Messi will do it. Portugal, Ghana. Portugal wins. Paraguay, Egypt. I think Egypt will go through. This is how the round of 32 is looking like. There were a couple I'm unsure of. Yeah, Turkey versus Sweden. That one is up for grabs, honestly. So is Ecuador versus Scotland. I could see that. I could see both of those matches go either way. But I feel like all my other choices are solid picks. One that might upset people is England and Senegal, but I think I'm being pretty realistic. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, round of 16. Ecuador, France. Dude, this is so sad to see them go so early. But yeah, I think France is gonna win this. France has so much attacking quality. South Korea, Morocco. I think this is where South Korea's run ends. I think Morocco will win that pretty comfortably. Brazil, Norway. This would be a really good matchup. I think this matchup will have a lot of goals. I really want Erling Haaland to have the tournament that he wants to have. Like, I want him to have. I hope that Erling Haaland can win the Golden Boot, the World Cup Golden Boot. That would be amazing. But I think that Brazil will win this one. Mexico, Senegal. I don't know. I think Mexico can win this one. Mexico will beat Senegal. Colombia, Spain. I think Spain will win this one. Turkey, Belgium. You know, I think Belgium will win. Thibaut Courtois in goal. Yeah. This World Cup Golden Glove right there. Thibaut Courtois. Argentina, Egypt. Argentina clear favorites there. And Ivory Coast, Portugal. Portugal. Yeah. Here's the round of 16. I feel like all of these are very solid picks. I would not change a single one of these. Quarterfinals. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is where it gets good. Okay. France, Morocco. Okay, that was a semi-final in the previous World Cup. I think France wins that pretty comfortably. Not pretty comfortably, but I think France will win that. But Morocco, as much as they can do. You see, this is all assuming that France doesn't get knocked out in like the round of 32 because their team has like zero chemistry. You know, this is assuming that. Like, France did lose to the Ivory Coast a couple days ago, so who knows? Yeah. But assuming all of these teams lock in and they get their squads to work together, I think France will beat Morocco. Spain, Belgium. I think Spain will go through. Brazil, Mexico. How did Mexico making quarters? That's cool. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty cool. I think Brazil beats Mexico. Next, Argentina versus Portugal. Oh my gosh, this match is going to break the internet. It's like the match of the century right here. The last dance. Argentina versus Portugal. But it will be a battle. I think it will go into extra time. But I think that Argentina's gonna go through. Yeah, those are my quarterfinal picks. I think they're all solid. I'm not gonna lie to you. They're pretty solid. And I think that Argentina has what it takes to beat Portugal. I really think so. Semi-final. The European Giants versus the South American Giants. That's crazy. Spain versus France. Spain has been putting like belt to ass against France the past couple years. The past year. And I don't see that stopping anytime soon. I think Spain is beating France. Brazil versus Argentina. Last time these two played, Argentina beat Brazil 4-1. But Brazil has improved so much technically, like from a technical standpoint, and the players. I think that Brazil can pull it off. Brazil can definitely pull off the win against Argentina. I think this is how it's gonna go. World Cup final between Spain and Brazil. I can't tell. I really. This is so hard to predict because Spain wants to win their second World Cup and like they have such an amazing team. But Brazil, like they've had such dark times since like they won the World Cup. Like the 7-1 humiliation on home soil, like getting knocked out to Croatia, not beating a single European country in knockouts. Like, Brazil is so hungry for that sixth World Cup. I think that that hunger is enough to beat this young Spain squad, especially with Carlo Ancelotti as coach. I think Brazil has what it takes, and officially, I think I'm picking Brazil as my 2026 World Cup winners. 6% of players also predict Brazil to win the 6th World Cup. Yeah, I think so too. I think Brazil has what it takes. Spain, yeah, I had Spain in the final. Spain is definitely favorites. You see, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. 6% of users also said that England would reach the round of 32. Like, will make it as far as that. I'm not the only one. I'm not crazy. I really don't think England will go that far. Well, there you have it, guys. That's my 2026 World Cup predictions, and I'm so excited to watch this tournament and see how many of these I got correct. Let me know who your favorites are down in the comments, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Listen to Freddy Fazbear right there, and have a wonderful day. See you in the next one. Goodbye.